Hello my darlings and welcome. In this video, I give you a short tour of my Earth Goddess altar and how I intend to use this sacred space. Let's do some magical crafting. Welcome to my altar. This is a space where I do rituals and spellcraft. It's where I celebrate the seasons, the Sabbats, or specific deities. Today I have set up an altar to honor the Earth Goddess for the purpose of dedicating myself to honoring the Earth and living in a more sustainable manner. I've placed these peacock feathers on the altar to represent the element of air. I also have an herbal bundle of rosemary and lavender to burn as an incense offering to the goddess. Incense can often represent the element of air as well. The smoke from this bundle is meant as a sweet-smelling offering to the heavens. The element of earth is represented by the amethyst crystals and points on the altar, the fluorite and other crystals and stones. The element of earth is also represented by the plants and flowers scattered all around my sacred space. The element of fire is likewise represented by the many candles on my altar. There are 2 flanking Kuan Yin as well as 6 additional candles. I created this Earth Goddess offering bowl in another video, and I'll leave a link to that below. She occupies a place of pride in the center of the altar, and my offerings to the goddess include an acorn I found, a sphere of fluorite, a banded amethyst point, and a polished amethyst stone. The fluorite sphere is symbolic of our blue planet as seen from space. Fluorite is a stone that increases focus and improves spiritual practices and concentration in general. I included it here for its ability to support me as I removed fixed patterns of behavior in my life. As I move toward living a more sustainable lifestyle, I need to end wasteful behaviors of the past. Fluorite also has a stabilizing effect on emotions and helps us understand the need for balance in our lives. The largest item on the altar is my statue of the goddess Kuan Yin. She is the Buddhist Bodhisattva associated with compassion. In the Chinese pantheon, she is the mother goddess, a protector of children, and a goddess who hears the prayers of humans and knows the grief of humankind. She is a goddess of fertility and mercy. I've added some roses and plants to decorate her crown to accentuate her role as a fertility and mother goddess. A great protector and benefactor, her heart is full of deep compassion and unconditional love. The next item on the altar is a small wooden pentagram, a representation of Earth, but also a representation of the universe, or all of the elements: air, earth, fire, water, and spirit. The pentagram is placed upon a sigil. I created this sigil in my Earth Goddess offering bowl video, and if you'd like to see the process I used to make the symbol, I've linked that video below. The sigil represents the intention sentence, "I honor the earth." I've also added some serpentine, rainforest jasper, and yellow jasper, along with a small brass bell. The bell can be used to call the attention of the goddess, and I typically ring it 3 times as I light my incense and candles. The next item is a wand This is a handmade wand made out of clear quartz crystal and a naturally shed antler horn from a stag. Traditionally, a wand has represented masculine energy on an altar, and it can be used to represent a masculine element instead of an athame or alongside one. However, it does not need to hold this meaning if you do not want it to. Often, a wand is used to simply direct energy or draw symbols. It's a common magical tool, but I must mention that using your hand and fingers works in the same way. You do not need to buy expensive magical tools unless you want to. If you'd like to watch the crafting tutorial video for this wand, I'll leave a link to it below. The next element on my altar is a tarot card that I chose to represent myself. I placed this card on the right side of the altar, surrounded by candles. This card is from the Witchcraft tarot deck. The Two of Pentacles is the card that most represents me in a traditional tarot deck. Two of Pentacles represents a person juggling priorities, roles, and responsibilities. It can be someone who wears many hats in life or someone who works multiple jobs. In the upright position, it represents someone who is doing an excellent job of balancing these different priorities and who can take on whatever life throws at them. And this is the kind of person that I hope to be. The two wrecked ships on this card also remind me of my need to manage my time, energy, and resources carefully so that I don't lose balance. The next element represented on the altar is the element of water. I've included 2 seashells and a wooden goblet for this element. A goblet or a cauldron or any vessel or bowl can also represent feminine energy on an altar. However, it does not need to hold this meaning if you don't want it to. A goblet can also be used to hold moon water or a libation or offering to the spirits or the gods. You can see behind the goblet I've placed more amethyst and fluorite crystals. In fact, there are amethyst crystals all over the altar. Amethyst is said to block electromagnetic frequencies and alleviate geopathic stress in a room. Geopathic stress is believed to occur when human-made objects disrupt the Earth's natural energy. Amethyst crystals can also help you work towards inner peace and allow you to rest and relax when you need to most. The next item on the altar is the Lady Tarot card, which is also known as the Empress card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. I'm using this card to represent the Earth Goddess. One definition of this card says that when you're in tune with the energy of the Empress, you will naturally take on her mothering nature and a strong urge to nurture and care for others from a place of loving, compassion, and support. You can see the similarities between the Empress card and the description of the goddess Kuan Yin. This is the energy I want to foster in my journey towards living more sustainably and caring for the earth. The lady is shown holding wheat and with a cornucopia full of fruits and vegetables, as well as pregnant with new life. And I love the little element at the bottom left of the card, a little goddess or Venus of Willendorf style figure, one of the first ancient clay images of the goddess, with daisies blooming at its base. I encourage you to create a sacred space that works for your home, your traditions, and your situation in life. And I want to repeat that there's no need to buy expensive magical tools or decorations unless you want to. I hope this altar tour has given you some ideas on how to adorn your own sacred space. And as always, my videos should only be a starting point for you to develop your own craft.